Good morning. Today we are going to get started. Today we are going to really focus on opening the hips and going really deep into our movements today. All right, let's get started. Come to the pole and home pose. Taking those deep breaths. Good, now we're just gonna rock back and forth. Good, coming still and balanced. Bring that left leg to center and bring the right foot up. Keeping that spine in a line. Good, switching feet. Good, we're gonna come up into center pose, reaching all the way up, and then dropping down. Letting those hands slide until you feel comfortable, and then swinging those hips back and forth. This is just our gentle stretch, just warming up the body. Good, now we're gonna come into chair pose. So we're gonna bring those feet straight in line with the pole, and then we're gonna sit down into it, and right now we're just gonna hold. Keeping that spine up. If you wanna come up on your tippy toes, you can. Hold and breathe. Good, now we're gonna come up into snake pose. Remember to make every pose count while we're holding it for 12 seconds. Really engage those muscles. Point the toe and bring those hands back. And your hips are up and breathing. Good, now we're gonna switch. Dropping the hips back, bring the arms up. The ears are in line with the biceps. Good. Breathing. Good, now we're gonna come back to forward fold. Taking a deep breath in, blowing it out when you bend over. Bring those arms up like you're a runner. Or grab the pole and come back into eagle pose. Whichever one feels comfortable to you. Breathing. Good, now we're gonna drop the right hand and turn the left hand so that it's facing up. Leaning back into star pose, looking up at that left arm and breathing. What I love about pole is it stretches your whole body. You're toning and tuning your entire body. Switch. Bring the right arm up, the left arm's down. Look up at the right arm. And breathe. Toning and tuning our bodies. Good, now we're gonna come back. And then we're gonna gently lift that leg, coming into table pose. Bringing that leg up, keeping the hips square to the ground though. Find your parallel. It's easy to use a mirror. Good, now we're gonna switch. This one's great for your balance. And opening those hips. Breathe. Pointing that toe, good. Come up, hold the hands upside down. And then we're gonna pulse here. Good, do it 12 times. And then switch hands. Bringing that other one on top. Good, keeping that The shoulders open, the heart is open. Eight, 10, 2 more. Good, now we're gonna come to the side of the pole. The feet are next to the pole and your arm is holding the pole at your shoulder and the other arm is up, and we're just gonna do these pulses right here. Just gently pulsing that bicep. Good, getting that heart rate going. Turn that hand upside down, keeping that elbow down. Maybe at the beginning of the week you couldn't do all 12 of these, and now maybe you can. Just building that body up. It's amazing what 30 minutes a week will do. Come to the other side, or 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a week, wherever you're at with joining me. Breathing. Good, 2 more. Just gentle pulses. Okay, take that hand upside down and breathe. Good. Now we're going to come into chair pose again, but we're going to go around the pole 6 times and then we're going to go around the other way. We've already talked about this one, and so we're going to go slow one more time, and then the next time we do it, we're going to go faster. So we're going to go over it one more time. The first 6 times we'll go slow, and then around we'll go a little faster, okay? So we're going to keep the arches in line with the pole, and we're going to sit down into chair pose. Breathing, and then come up, and then down. Remember to keep those arches in line with the pole. Every time, recenter yourself. Up and down. 5, 1 more, and 6. Good. Come the other way, stepping together, and then apart, down. Together, down. Together, down. Up, down. 1 more. Up and down, and then we're going to come down flat foot, and then we're going to pulse. Good, now we're going to come up into snake pose again. Coming back as far as you can, bringing those arms up, and breathing. Good, now we're going to come back around, wrapping the leg around, arms up, back as far as you can, and breathe. Good. Coming back. We're going to come up into forward table one more time, but we're not going to lift those legs. Good, then we're going to gently unlock the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, stepping up into home pose. Let that heart rate come down. Good. Okay, now we're going to stand next to the pole again, and we're going to go into hero's pose. All right, stand femur length away from the pole, bringing that leg up, bringing the other arm over. And then if you like, bring this other one palms to palm. Keep the biceps off the ears. Good, now we're going to turn. Keeping that left arm pushed down. Good, coming back into Naruto. Keeping that left elbow push or left shoulder pushed down. Keeping the spine parallel. Good, now we're going to come into warrior. Looking up, arms are parallel with the pole, keep that left leg up. Good, now we're going to come back into half moon. And if you can't hold the whole time through those, just free pole or just find the modification there. You can go on YouTube and find all the poses and their modifications. Good. Now turn back around or switch sides, coming back. that arm over and then the other one up. Good, turn over. Good, now we're gonna come back into Narto. Keeping that right shoulder pushed down. This one's really helpful to have a mirror to stay parallel. Good, come into warrior, bringing the arms up, parallel with the pole, and breathing. Good, now we're gonna come back into half moon, dropping that hip over, keeping the ears off the biceps, and breathing. Are you getting the hang of this yet? These 52 poses are toning and tuning. Come back into full moon, or full moon. Feet are parallel with the pole, drop the pelvis forward and push the elbows together. Chin up and breathe. Good, now we're gonna come feet flat, holding the pole at your shoulder and extending that right arm up. If you wanna come up on your tippy toes, you can. Breathe into T-pose. Good, now we're gonna switch. Coming back. Good, now we're gonna forward fold. Walk the feet back just a bit. Drop the head and dangle it down. It's like a string from the crown chakra to the ground, and the ground is pulling your head down. And you're breathing. Good, now we're gonna gently grab the pole behind our back, step the feet together, and breathe. Parallel, your chest is parallel to the ground. Good, now we're gonna come into swimmer's pose. Bringing that right leg up, the left arm up, and holding the pole with your right arm. Good, now switch. Good, come back down, grab the pole behind you. Good, come back down, coming into the sit spot. You can either keep your hands on your hips or on your head. Good, now come back up, come out, chest is open. Good, switch feet. Good, now we're going to roll over. Good, coming into table again, but keeping our feet grounded. And breathe. The back is parallel. No elbows are slightly bent. Good, now we're going to take a deep breath and start walking up. One vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way back up into home pose. Good, now we're going to turn around. And we're going to do the sun salutation on the pole. Taking a deep breath. And then when you come down into down dog, then let it out. Here we go. Good, drop the head. Find the spot on the wall, on the pole with your foot. And then bring your feet up, dropping the pelvis down, looking forward. Breathing. Slightly bend those elbows. Good, now we're gonna come back up. Pushing the feet in. Pushing as we're sliding down pose, pushing, 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 pushing. Coming out into plank. Good. Up into cobra. Good, now we're gonna come back into child's pose. Good, bring the hands behind you, grabbing the pole. And then we're gonna gently roll up, unlocking that bottom vertebrae. All the way up. Coming into reverse star, open those feet if they've come together. And breathe. Good, drop that hand down. And the other one up. Good, bring the right one up. Open the chest. Good, now we're going to gently drop that shoulder again. Good, now we're going to come back. Good, now we're going to bring our hands back to the floor, come back up on our feet, walk ourselves up, come back, feet flat, feet together, holding the pole behind your back, coming into table. Take time to take a breath here before we come up. And then when you're ready to come up, take a deep breath, unlocking the spine from the bottom, rolling all the way up. Good. Now, we're going to do reverse handstand this way. So take a deep breath, forward fold, exhaling, come up to the wall. And then bring your feet up, up to the pole. And then when you feel balanced, we're going to drop one leg down, opening those hips. Good, now we're going to come back, bring the other one down, good. Breathing. Good, come back up. Now we're going to open the hips, bring one leg to the wall. Good, now switch, bring the other leg down. Good, now we're going to gently come down, dropping that bottom down. Then we're going to roll the spine up. Grabbing the pole, bringing the head up very last. All the way up. Good, into crouching lotus. And when you come all the way up, we're just going to bounce. Good, then we're going to come up into home pose. Breathing. Good, now we're going to lay down on the ground. We're going to come into rectangle pose. Grabbing the pole with your hands, pushing that pelvis to the wall back behind you. And breathing, keeping the chin out of the chest, pushing the knees together. Opening the heart. Good, now we're gonna bring that leg up into unicorn. Keep that pelvis pushed back to the back wall. Keep that chin out of the chest, point the toe, parallel with the pole. Good, now we're gonna come back into plow. Dropping that toe behind the head. If you wanna touch the floor, you can, or you can just keep it straight parallel. Good, now we're gonna come back. Feet are straight up, foot, left foot straight up in the air. Drop the foot back into plow. Good, laying the bottom on the ground. Feet are flat to flat, feet are face to face, and then push the knees open, laying lotus. Opening the heart. Breathing in the prana. Breathing out. Good, now we're gonna gently roll the spine up, grabbing the pole. If you need to scoot back, and if you can only grab here, you can, and if you can come all the way up, please do come all the way up. Pulling that chest into the feet. Really stretching those inner thighs here. Breathing, good. We're gonna come into scissors from this position, just bringing one leg up, holding the pole behind, lifting that left leg, pointing both toes, and pulling the chest in. Breathe, bringing the other leg up. Thanks for joining me here. Really hope you're enjoying this program. Breathing in. Bring that leg down, knowing every moment you give your body on the pole is a moment of gratitude. Good, gently roll down. Hands flat on the ground, and we're gonna come into bridge pose. Grab the pole below your grab the pole below your root chakra, and then we're gonna act like there's a ball and we're pushing it up. Pushing it up. Good, now we're gonna come down, dropping the legs flat on the ground into corpse. You might have to scoot back so you're not riding the pole. Taking some deep breaths here. Good, now we're gonna move up into V pose. Good. Gently bend those elbows. Good, now we're gonna come into sitting lotus, forward sitting lotus. We're gonna pull ourselves up straight with the pole. Hugging that aura, keeping the elbows up. And then we're just gonna gently turn and open. Holding the pole at your throat chakra and looking at your fingertips. Good, now we're gonna switch. Turning, opening the heart. Breathing in love. Breathing out love. Good, now we're gonna come back. We're back against the pole. And reverse lotus. Now, if you need to use your fist to come up off the ground, you can, or use your hands. Either way, this is just about pushing the bottom into the pole, coming up off the ground just a bit, and then sitting down perfectly straight. Stretch those wrists the opposite way on the knees. Good, shake the hands. Drop the feet, shake the feet. Good, drop the hands and drop the feet. Feel your hands tingling. You can either move into meditation, grab your pole book, and get your journal out. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I am so happy that you're here doing this course with me. I look forward to seeing you again in the morning. Have a great day. Namaste.